Welcome back to Elite Dangerous with the Rude Man, and we're sitting in Mammon Monitoring Facility. This is the first leg of our trip to Colonia. Welcome back. And we're going to start our second leg. If we go to our galaxy map, and we'll look at our bookmarks, and the second leg of the trip is going to be to Hillory Depot. So let's select that. And it looks like it's about 1,215 light years away. A little bit longer than the first jump, but not by much. Close the map.
Closing map.
Left panel. But I think we're ready to go. We've fueled up. There's nothing that we need to do here. So let's just take off from the station. Departure handover.
Aye, aye, Captain. Departure procedures initiating. Pre-launch diagnostic checks. Crew, stand by for launch.
Aye, sir. Engines online.
Affirmative. Transferring power to shields.
Helen,
Yes, sir.
you now have the con. The ship is yours.
Understood. Launching now. Ascending.
Thrusters now, please.
Intelligent thrusters initiating.
Now I have fully scanned this system. I did that offline.
It's a calling, a silent summoner. It comes from within, this need to explore, gain knowledge. Eventually, whether you like it or not, and contrary to
Handoff
logic,
complete.
you'll embark on a journey
Captain,
into
the ship is
Colonia,
yours.
blindly. Sounds like my kind of adventure.
A little bit of wisdom from Shatner. All right, let's take off. Flying the ship myself this morning. Engage Super Cruise.
Engaging cruise.
All clear. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
You have to remember we're in an asteroid field, so I got to kind of get away a little bit. Get into space. We'll see if we can select our destination. Isn't this a pretty system? You can see the nebula.
Frameshift drive charging.
And it's our first jump. All right, we're going to be doing a little bit of exploring
Scanning for information.
while we're out here.
System scan complete. Fuel scoop disengaged.
This route has been taken by many commanders, so it's not like we're likely to find something brand new that's not been found before. There's always a chance that we do. And the way to really do some exploring is to take your route and pop either above or below by at least 1,000 light years and travel, and you might find something that somebody else hasn't found yet. But there's a couple ways we can do a full scan. We already did a scan of the system, so if we open up the system map, just honking will give me a little bit of stuff. Not much. There may not be much here. So, as you can see, there's only 3 stars. Not much in this system. We could do an FSS and take a look what's here. And we've already got 100%, so there's nothing here. So we'll move to the next system.
Frameshift drive charging.
Now you've probably noticed that I do use voice attack. I've got about 14 different voices that I can use.
Entry guidance computations complete.
For example, that was Tom Baker from Doctor Who. He happens to be my engineer. And you can set the stations they're at. You've got number 1 engineer, you've got the helm, you've got science post. William Shatner's in the science
Completing
post.
system scan for cartography.
So he's doing the scanning for the cartography. I don't have to do that. It's all automatic. I don't have to use the scanner. Voice attack does that for me. So all I'm doing is flying into the system, and Shatner will automatically do that for me. I don't have to scan.
Fuel scooping.
All right, now here's a system that needs to be scanned if we choose to do so. So we already did do a honk, and let's see what the honk gave us.
Fuel scoop.
Okay, the honk gave us a little bit of the system, but none of this has been scanned by me. Now you can see that it's already been discovered. Most of it first discovered by Reaper 300X. All of these things have probably been discovered. That doesn't mean that you can't scan this system. It just means that you're not going to be first to discover everything, but you're still going to get money for doing it. So it's up to you if you want to jump from system to system, honking and getting the little bit of information that you're going to get from that, or you can stop in each system and do an FSS and get a little bit more information and a little bit more money. So exploring is completely up to you how much you want to get into it. So you can see how much that gave me, how much information it gave me on that system. Oh, there's still something there. I missed something. Let's see. Yep, I missed quite a bit, didn't I? Okay. Now, I do this quite quickly. It doesn't matter. You can wait till everything comes into your screen. But it doesn't matter. Eventually it will. So, it's not... if you're not wanting to spend a lot of time at it, you're just trying to scan everything, you can do that. If you're really interested and you find something that is valuable, that's when you're going to go to the planet itself and do a thorough scan of the planet. For example, if you found a world that was Earth-like or inhabitable, terrainable, you might want to go take a look at that a little closer. So, don't get me wrong, this is not a tutorial. I'm not doing any kind of tutorial. I'm no expert at this. I'm explaining what I'm doing because my YouTube channel is basically full of farmers. because most of my subscribers come from Farm Sim, and they won't know exactly what I'm doing, so I'm trying to explain it a little bit. They may get excited if I find an inhabitable planet. Hey! Let's farm it. We start a pumpkin farm. There's a biological thing on some of the planets that we call pumpkins. They're not really pumpkins. Now, if you're curious, I am doing this FSSing with an Xbox One controller. It's just easier for me to do it than using my HOTAS to do it. Plus, it saves buttons and switches on my HOTAS. Now, you notice I just got 100% now, so I can stop now. There may be other things here left to scan that I haven't found. For example, there may be... You hear that static, that noise, that background noise? There may be something here that is a sound anomaly or something that I haven't scanned that I may be able to find. But I've got 100% of the system scanned, so I can get out of here. And then the next thing you might want to do, now we got quite a bit of money from doing that because we got more information. We got information on the whole system by doing that. But let's say we want to go and scan a particular interesting site, like this planet right here might be kind of interesting. We can find more information by clicking on this up here and then highlighting the planet. And then it gives you all the information on the planet over here. Tidally locked. It's mostly rock with a little bit of metal. 100% sulfur. There are geysers on it, although it's not landable. If you see this blue circle around the planet, that means we can land on that planet. This one is not. So that would be a way if you were looking for a particular item to mine, surface mine. Like down here, it tells you what's on a planet. It's got sulfur, carbon, phosphorus, mercury. Some of these things are quite valuable. Arsenic is always something you can use. So, but if you want to go look at one in particular and scan it, let's just pick this one. Now, if you look at my windscreen, you'll see a holograph of my ship just to the right of center. Just above that, you'll see where it says surface scanner, and it says it's out of range. We're going to be using that surface scanner. The one on the left that says D scanner, that's your scanner that scans the system when you jump into it. The surface scanner is going to scan a surface of a planet, and it's going to give you a pretty detailed bit of information. So we wait till we're in range. All right, there we go. We're in range, and as I said, I have it hooked up to my primary firing trigger, and I'm going to pull that, and this is what we get. You shoot probes into it. The probes on this game are free and infinite, so you don't have to purchase them or anything. But generally, you can throw one in the middle. If you look over to the right, on the bottom of that bar where it says probes, it also says efficiency target 6 probes. If you can do that within 6 probes, you get a bonus. You still get the information if you go over 6, you just don't get the bonus. So there's several ways of doing it. I'll usually go up, if you're in this range right here, you're going to probably hit the surface that you can see. there is a surface you can't see behind the planet. And if you get up into this range, the probe is going to go on the other side of the planet before it lands. So, and then of course you can go out of range. Now we're out of range. So I'll generally send some to the back, like maybe there, 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 and there. I'm impatient. I just start firing them like crazy. Then I'll send one into the center.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Okay, now if I hit one button, I'm looking at the front of the planet now. And we did that in what, 4, 5? I did that in 5 probes, so I got a bonus for that. But if I hit the one on my, I'm using the Xbox One controller. If I hit the left bumper, I get the back side of the planet, and that's what we're looking at now. There's the front, there's the back. So, but hey, we're done. So off we go. Now, we've thoroughly scanned that planet. We're going to get a little bit of money for that. And so that's how you make the most money exploring. Is you come in, you honk the system, you do the FSS, and then you do a planetary scan on each planet if you want to. If the planet hasn't been explored, it's going to have your name on it. And first discovered by you. And that's how you make your most money. It's also time consuming, so it depends what kind of trip you're on. If you're on a long trip, you don't care how long it takes, scan away. If you're in a hurry to get from point A to point B, just honk at every one of them. Alright, back on our trip. Alright, there's the planet we scanned. There's the next destination. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to fly through that star there. I'll stop my engines and start spooling up my jump drive. I'll wait till it's fully charged. And then we'll kick it into high gear. Let's kick this pig. I popped back in because I'm still exploring a little bit and I found something of interest. I've got about 6 more jumps to go. This is not a big deal, but it is something of value, so I thought I'd show it to you. If we go into the system map, open system map.
Hey, be careful where you're going.
Okay, and if we go over here to this section right up here, and we zero in on this planet right here, you'll see that this is a high metal content world with a metallic core. Worlds like this can have metallic ores near the surface in places, especially around areas of past volcanism. The body is a candidate for terraforming, and you have not mapped this planet. Okay, this is commonly called a water world. And being as it's a water world and it is terraformable, it has some value to it. So I want to scan that. Now there are places that have more value, but this has some value. So let's go in and scan that. So I want to mark this, and we're going to fly to it and scan that planet. All right, we have, again, 6 probes for this. I'm just going to do what I did the last time. We'll pop one in the middle, one north, one south, east and west. I don't get overly excited if I don't get all the probes hitting in the first deal. It's a little bit of a bonus, but it's no big deal.
By 50%.
And we got it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Scan complete.
All right, so hey, we've completed that scan. And I did it actually in less than 6 probes. So we've got that all scanned now. We're going to get a little bit more money for that. So there's an example of a planet scan that is a little bit more valuable. And now we're heading back on our route. We're back and we're about ready to make our last jump on this leg of the trip. Full impulse.
Full impulse.
Engage safety jump.
Jumping.
Frameshift drive charging.
By the way, I've switched the crew around a little bit. I got Shatner as number 1, and I put Brent Spiner in, who was Data, and I've got Troy in from Star
Course
Trek.
adjustment. Safety protocols.
Scanning now.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Stop engines.
All stop.
Make sure this system is scanned, and it is not fully scanned, so let's do that. But hey, we're 100%. Good enough for me. Open galaxy map.
Displaying map.
Close the map. Opens.
Closing maps.
Open system map.
Opening map.
There is Hillory Depot. We're going to highlight that. It is a planet landing. As you can see, we're getting closer to the nebula. Hey, we may be getting lucky and it might be on the light side of the planet.
Orbital flight engaged.
You'll find a lot of these stations on planets are either near or in a crater. Maybe for protection, I don't know.
Alpha. We eagerly await your arrival, Commander. You are very welcome at this terrestrial port.
Boost engines.
Afterburners engaging.
Stop engines.
Affirmative. Slowing to a full stop.
Number 1, take us in.
Aye, aye, Captain. Commencing docking sequence. Helm control.
Sir?
You now have the car.
Thanks.
Power to shields. Gear down.
Landing thrusters.
Readying landing thrusters. Approaching LZ. Touchdown. Handoff complete.
Good. Captain, the ship is yours.
Before approaching the landing area,
We have successfully landed on Hillory Depot, and this concludes the second leg of our journey. Thank you for joining me. It's nice to have company out here in space. It gets kind of lonely. And I hope to see you on the next leg. Bye-bye for now.